Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we are going to be talking about how you can qualify for one of the most important tournaments in Fortnite history. And the tournament I'm talking about is this Saturday's Placement Cup. So what exactly is the Placement Cup and why in the world is it so important? The Placement Cup is a one-off tournament meant to measure your current competitive skill. Let me explain in detail. The Placement Cup is open to everyone who has over 2,000 arena points. And it is a 2-round duo tournament where you need to get top 1,400 in round 1 to qualify to round 2. When you qualify to round 2, you need to get top 200 to get put into the very top division of this season's tournament, the Elite Division. If you place 201st to 1,000th, you get put into the Challenger Division. But if you get put into the Challenger Division, you have 2 tournaments every week where you can actually rank up to the Elite Division if you place top 30 in the Challenger Cup on EU, top 20 on NA East, and you need top 10 on the rest of the regions to rank up from Challenger. However, if you manage to rank up in the first Challenger Cup every week, the one that's on Wednesday, you'll be able to play the same week's Elite Cup on Friday. And if you rank up in the second one, you'll have to wait until the next Wednesday to play the next Elite Cup. If you place outside of the top 1,000 in round 2, or if you don't qualify for round 2 at all, you'll be placed in the Contender Cup. When playing the Contender Cup, you need top 150 on EU to rank up to Challenger, top 100 on NA East, and top 50 on every other region. If you rank up in the very first Contender Cup of any week, you'll be able to play that same week's Challenger Cup, where you'll have a chance to rank up to next week's Elite Cup. The beauty of these divisions is that you can only rank up. So if you play out of your mind in this Saturday's Placement Cup and get placed in the Elite Cup, you'll be there for the rest of the season, competing against the best of the best. The reason I would highly recommend everyone watching to try their absolute hearts out in this Placement Cup is because if you get placed in the Elite Division, you'll have the absolute best practice possible. And I believe that this new division format is going to help make future professional players, because for a lot of people, practice like this just isn't available. So if you manage to perform on Saturday, this can be the start of a decorated career. Hopefully that gave you all a bit of a better understanding of how this new competitive system works. Now I'm gonna go over how to optimally play the Placement Cup for the highest chance of succeeding. The Placement Cup is the most placement-heavy competitive tournament Fortnite has ever officially released. There is a 65-to-1 placement to kill ratio, meaning you gotta be consistent in the endgames you play on Saturday. So one rule you gotta follow if you want to do as good as humanly possible is no mid-game fights. However, the first game of this tournament is gotta be easier than any other first game you've ever played in previous Duo Cash Cups because of the extremely low point threshold needed to participate in the cup. This means that in your first game, and first game only, if you see 2 players that are completely lost, then I honestly suggest just wiping them quick. But if you're good in endgame, you're gonna be able to qualify with like no kills. So play to your strengths. You know you're a weak fighter, just don't take any fights at all. Another thing that is incredibly important for this tournament is realizing when you're wasting your time. What I mean by this is that if you're in a 3rd zone with 500 mats combined and you just sit there doing nothing, waiting to get maybe 1 or 2 placement points, doing this will punish you so hard in this tournament. If you see that you're scuffed, either instantly go for a play so you waste as little time as possible if you do end up dying, or do rotates that allows you to refarm mats or get some shields if you're scuffed and shields. This is also why you want to try your very best in this tournament to die as few games off spawn as possible, so you can take these necessary risks when you find yourself being scuffed. You really don't want to rely on popping off in your very last game. Moving on, there is one thing that you absolutely cannot forget when playing this tournament, and that is Storm Surge. When a tournament is as placement heavy as this one, there is 100% gonna be games where you'll need quite a bit of surge. So for this tourney, if you are in high elo, I honestly recommend that one of you in the duo hold an AK or a sniper. The AK is insane for long range damage, and if you have an AK, surge really shouldn't be a problem. You also gotta remember to not over peek too much because of snipers. Getting headshot sniped in this is gonna seriously suck. So make smart peeks, take a few shots, and close your edits again. Don't let players around you get the opportunity to take your head off. You should also undoubtedly play the blobs. From all the pro customs I've seen so far, the teams that have won games have either been on height in 50-50 or late first moving, or just simply played blobs from first moving. So make sure you set up an inventory slot for this incredibly meta item. And lastly, remember that even though the placement is incredibly high, you still need to dominate your layer in endgame and pressure the people around you. Additionally, you still need refreshes. So play confidently, and this will 100% go your way. Guys, there you have it, a few tips on how you can qualify for this Saturday's Placement Cup. I hope you all enjoyed this video and found it somewhat useful. Thank you all so much for watching all the way to the end. My name is M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.